不在呢。
Imagine waking up one day to discover that everything you thought defined you, your wealth, your status, your entire world, has vanished in an instant. What if the spoiled life you took for granted suddenly turned into a harsh lesson in humility, loneliness, and unexpected love? Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the community. You won't want to miss what happens next. Hi, my name's Kiara and I'm from Louisiana. My mother passed away the day I was born, so my multi-billionaire father raised me on his own. He spoiled me with everything money could buy. Everyone around me fawned over me, but deep down I knew it was only because I was the billionaire's daughter. One girl in particular, Rita, the one you saw earlier, was especially persistent in trying to please me. She followed me everywhere. "Oh, you spilled juice on your sneakers? It's waterproof." People called her super nice, but I found her fake and couldn't wait to get rid of her. So on my 17th birthday, right as I was about to cut the cake, I stepped up to her in front of all our neighborhood friends, including her crush Derek, and yanked off her wig. Look guys, Rita's hair is actually only 2 inches long. Her face turned bright red as she uttered words that would later haunt me. She stopped visiting or speaking to me after that, and at the time I counted it as a victory. On the outside, I pretended to be the happiest girl alive, but inside my mansion, I felt deeply lonely. Dad was rarely home, and I didn't want to talk to the maids, so I buried myself in social media. One afternoon, I came across a viral tweet about a bank robbery that had just happened in Louisiana. The robbers were still on the run. I barely had time to process it before my bedroom door burst open. "Hey, honey." It was Dad. He had been gone for over 2 weeks on one of his mysterious business trips. Top secret, he always said, and he could never take me along. "I just came to see your face. I'm heading back right now." I noticed how tense he looked. "What's going on, Dad?" Suddenly, the reflection of flashing sirens filled my room. I rushed to the window and saw police cars lining our driveway, armed officers heading straight for the door. When I turned around, Dad was already racing out. It felt like a scene from a nightmare. The police caught him before he could escape and arrested him for years of cyber fraud and that very bank robbery. All our servants fled. I stood there, shocked to my core. I couldn't believe my own father was a criminal. I stayed up all night alone in that huge empty house, crying, wishing for the first time that I had even one real friend, even someone like Rita. How was I supposed to face the world now? The news was everywhere. The next day, 2 men from a security agency arrived and informed me they would be seizing all of Dad's possessions, including my car and our home. Where will I live? "You will be living with me." I stared at the middle-aged woman I hadn't noticed standing behind them. "And you are?" "I'm your mom's older sister from Texas, Mary." "Texas? Cowboys and farm animals? Ew!" I screamed and broke into a run. I refused to go anywhere with this stranger who looked so ordinary. "Hey, come back here." I ran at breakneck speed until I reached Rita's house. "Rita, please open up. Forgive me. Please ask your parents to adopt me." My parents can't harbor the daughter of a criminal. I probably deserved that, but there was no way I was returning to the house with that woman waiting to drag me to Texas. I wandered aimlessly for an hour until I reached the park, where exhaustion finally overtook me on a bench. When I opened my eyes again, I was in a small, dingy bedroom. Where am I? Aunt Mary appeared in the doorway. "You're finally awake. Welcome to Texas." She explained that they had found me asleep on the bench, and because of her work schedule, had to return to Texas immediately. With help from the security agents, they had bundled me into her car, where, to everyone's surprise, I slept the entire way. "Take me back right now!" "Kiara, you should be grateful for this chance to change your scenery." She was right. If Rita could turn on me so quickly, what would the rest of the neighborhood do? Everyone would mock me. "Can I get something to eat?" She served me a simple tray. "What is this?" "White bean soup. This is a meal for peasants. Half a loaf is better than none." I ate it, but I swore I would order something better the next morning. When I tried to use the credit card Dad had given me for breakfast delivery, it was blocked. How could I survive in poverty? For days, I stayed locked in my tiny room. Aunt Mary would leave for work and return to find me in the same spot. Sometimes I rejected her food. Your food has gone cold. The food is beneath me. If it's so bad, why don't you find work and earn money for the meals you prefer? I wasn't born to work. I gave her such a hard time, blinded by anger at how my perfect world had collapsed. That changed one stormy night. I hate storms. I found Aunt Mary sleeping on the living room floor. Hey, why are you on the floor? Go to your bedroom. You're sleeping in it. That's your bedroom now. You left it for me. I hadn't even explored the house. I didn't realize it had only one bedroom. But why would you do that? You have nothing to gain from me. You're my precious niece. Would you prefer I left you for a foster home? Tears filled my eyes. All this time I had been a complete brat, while she had done me an enormous favor by showing up. I doubted I would have survived foster care. From that moment, I vowed to be a better niece and start helping her out. The next day, I went with her to meet Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the couple she worked for on their grand estate, and applied for a part-time job. Ma'am, sir, I would also love to work here part-time. Great, we need another hand in the kitchen. Thank goodness it wasn't farm work. The pay was nothing like what Dad used to give me weekly, but at least I was earning it honestly. On my first day, I wore one of the few designer pieces Aunt Mary had packed. As I walked toward the mansion, I passed a plainly dressed girl with her back to me, expertly shoveling mud from an empty ranch into a wheelbarrow. The next second, something wet and sticky hit my back. Mud on my Dior shirt. Are you blind? Do you know how much the shirt cost? She turned around, and I nearly lost my balance. She was stunning. Bright green eyes, dark hair with bangs, lean and athletic, about my age. Sorry, princess, I don't have eyes in the back of my head. Her voice shattered the moment, and my temper flared. You dare insult me after what you just did? Hey, stop barking. Who wears a Dior shirt to work anyway? She looked amused. I rushed to grab more mud to throw back at her, but when I met her eyes again, I couldn't do it. Thank your stars I can't bear to touch mud. Ooh, scary. She was infuriating. After that encounter, I finished my kitchen duties and moved on to my final task, serving the Smiths' dinner. When I entered the dining room, I froze. Sitting at the table with Mr. and Mrs. Smith was the same mud-covered girl, now cleaned up and elegantly dressed. She gave me a huge smirk. Oh, Kiara, have you met our daughter Mia? Come closer and say hi. Don't be shy. Yes, Kiara, come say hi. Hi, Mia. Panicking inside, I quickly set the table and served the food, terrified she would tell them how I had spoken to her and get me fired. Instead, she just stared at me with those piercing green eyes the entire time. Later, while clearing the table, Mrs. Smith smiled and announced, Mia has chosen you to be her personal help. That's not a problem, right? No, ma'am. Inside, I was boiling. The spoiled brat wanted me as her maid so she could torture me. Go upstairs and let her tell you what she expects. I climbed the stairs like I was entering a haunted house. Her room was even bigger and more luxurious than mine back home. Why was a girl of her class shoveling mud? Is this some kind of joke, turning me into your personal slave? Correction, assistant. She stood up, leaned over me, and the words caught in my throat. Call it whatever you want. I'll double your pay in 2 weeks if you're good. But if this cranky attitude continues, please leave. Of course I couldn't leave, and her triumphant smirk told me she knew it. What do you want me to do for you? And can you give me some space? Does being this close bother you? Why should it? You just smell a lot like dirty mud. It was a lie, but I refused to let her win. Your task is to do whatever I ask. First, stand there and sing until I fall asleep. Only then can you leave. Could this get any crazier? With no choice, I sang a song I hoped would give her nightmares. Soon, I heard soft snores. When I peeked, she looked like a beautiful sleeping angel, an angel of evil. That night, I couldn't sleep, imagining all the humiliating things she might make me do. What if she treated me the way I had treated Rita? It hit me then how wrong I had been. If I feared the same treatment, it meant I had served Rita a dish I myself couldn't stomach. Her words had truly come true. After a moment, I typed a sincere apology to Rita. The earlier one didn't count. I had only been desperate. Now I truly regretted it and hoped she could forgive me. I prepared for work the next day with my stomach in knots. Kiara, don't be so scared. Mia is a very good girl. She treats every servant with respect. Well, maybe every servant but me. Our front door opened and there she stood, dazzling in the morning sun. Howdy, Kiara, you're late. Morning, Miss Mary. And so my life as Mia's personal assistant began. Oddly, she rarely gave me serious chores. She cleaned up after herself and made her own bed. Instead assigning quirky, sometimes embarrassing tasks, it seemed she had hired me purely for entertainment. Pick out my underwear for tomorrow. Brush my hair while I read. Once she even asked me to feed her. Yes, I'm sure you have hands. They're scabbed from shoveling manure today. I forgot to wear gloves. Why do you even work on the farm when you have servants? I get paid. My parents would give me money, but I'm happier earning it. When I share it with the less privileged, it doesn't feel like throwing away money that isn't really mine. Wait, you work, get paid, then give to charity? It's called giving to charity. Wow. Despite how annoying she could be, my respect for her soared that evening. She was a far better person than I had ever been in her position. She even treated the maids like friends. I managed to feed her a few spoonfuls when our faces drew unexpectedly close. It felt like she might kiss me. I need to go, Kiara. After that, I did my best to avoid her while sorting through the confusing feelings she stirred in me. Thankfully, she gave me space too. I focused on helping Aunt Mary on the farm. One day, while throwing feed into the fish pond, I heard a deep growl behind me. A monstrous bull was pawing the ground, ready to charge. Help! Out of nowhere, Mia appeared, waving a red cloth, distracting the bull. Back off, boy! Other servants rushed in and secured it. My heart was still racing when Mia approached. Kiara, are you okay? The gentle way she spoke and the genuine concern in her eyes pulled me in. Before I could think, I pressed my lips to hers. Is this thanks for saving your life? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know when Are you saying you regret it? 'Cause I don't. You don't? Mm-hmm. I liked you from the very first day you yelled at me. So is this why you took an unpermitted leave from me? I was getting too hot for you to handle. I have never felt this way before. You really like me? In response, she leaned in and kissed me again. I took that as a yes. Aunt Mary came rushing toward us with a phone in her hand. I don't know if she had seen the kiss or knew about the bull, but she looked anxious. Kiara, there's someone on the line for you. Who? Your mom? My mom? Oh, isn't she? If you've experienced something like this, losing everything and finding unexpected kindness or feelings, drop a comment below and share your thoughts with us. Like this video if you can relate to this moment, and share it with your friends to let them in on the story too. What do you think will happen next with that mysterious phone call? Leave your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified about future stories. See you in the next one.